Hello, ITPC, and all those who will be watching. Potter Piper, Team Jilly. Jilly got groomed yesterday, and he needed it. It looked like he lost like half his body weight. Oh, the big yawns. Oh, sorry. It's hot outside, so he likes to go out, but then he doesn't want to stay out too long. But with this coat, I don't blame you. I want to, a couple things. I am smoking one of my favorite pipes. Thank you, Dave, or Morg of St. David's. Yeah, this is Winslow, Danish pipe. It's become really one of my favorites. A big bowl. Sometimes I get a little overly optimistic. I'll put in something like a Samuel Gawith, something like that, which burns slowly, and then it just takes forever. I don't have enough time to smoke it, and then I gotta chuck what's in it, and I just hate chucking pipe tobacco. I love the bit. I'm learning that I really love a thin bit, a saddle bit. I don't know if this is saddle bit because it's bent, but not that this is only it, but it rests very nicely if I want it to at the top of my roof of my mouth if I need it to. It's just a really nice pipe. I never would have bought this for myself, so when Dave of St. David's sent it as a gift, it's one of my favorites, so thank you. I am smoking HU Crater Plug, which is their plug. It's a Virginia Kentucky Perique. It's very, very nice. I do enjoy it. It's very good. I think Jim Inks says that it's not to this, to that, or this, and he's right. It's not too sweet. It's not too spicy, but it's just enough. It's not too bold, but it's just enough. It's very good. Smarty Bob got to 1,000 subs. Congrats, Smarty Bob. Well deserved. But actually, before I go into that, I want to thank Israel, SoCal Piper. He sent me some samples, and he packages them very nicely. The one he asked is if I wanted to try Gawith Hogarth Dark Plug, very nicely packaged, and of course, as pipe smokers, YTPC, we always add to it. So a nice sample, haven't opened it yet, 2023. Wessex Burley Slice, 2022. Haven't tried either of these yet, and I don't believe own them. Cornell and Deal Burley Flake #1, 2017. Well, this has a little story behind it, but I was going to smoke it. I didn't have a knife or scissors. I was trying to rip it open, and it changed my mind. 2017. I don't think I have this. And then Gawith Hogarth Dark Flake Unscented 2023. This I own. I have not tried it though, or opened it, so I'm gonna try that one. So I want to say thank SoCal, Israel. for those. I appreciate it. But back to the 1,000 for Smarty Bob. There's great milestones, and he's very appreciative. He's doing a GAW. I entered it, and I think his GAW is something like, I think it's pretty much whatever we want. Well, I don't know, whatever, but so we'll see. Whoever wins, we'll find out. But one thing I've been wanting to do is, and actually Smarty Bob mentioned this lightly, but is to look at because sometimes we say things about sub count, or privately we'll be like, why don't I have more subs, blah, blah, blah. And I don't look at them to look at it. You just, if you see your video, you see them. Sometimes I'll see them pop up and down, but they end up going up. Sometimes it'll be interesting to see what knocks one down. I try to do a good job of putting in the title what I'm going to talk about, so people can decide if they want to or not. So what I've been interested in doing, and I did, is to look at sub count and then the views, likes, and comments. And what's the percentage of the last three I mentioned to your sub count? And a part of the reason, there's two reasons I wanted to do it. One, to see how important sub count is. And is that what is really the most important thing? Or maybe not, maybe it's not that question, but putting it in its proper context. There's one person that content creator that I don't watch a lot. Sometimes it's just it's just not in my, I'll leave it at that. But, I had over 1,000 subs, quite a bit. But I found that the comments and the views were low, very low. But then have a lot of subs. So what I wanted to do was pick different content creators with different sub counts. And just kind of look, not to criticize. I was going back and forth whether I was going to say who I picked. And I picked people I like. I was not gonna do it. I was gonna do it, and then I decided not to say which ones I picked, because unfortunately it could just sound like, it could be like a critique, and that's really not my. It's not my intention at all. I just kind of wanted to see how different content creators at different levels of sub counts. What's the percentages of the views, comments, and likes? And I put myself in. And I'm the lowest of the subs. So I wanted some, a big one, medium, a little smaller, and then I picked myself. So I'm not going to say who I picked, just because, as I said before, I don't want it to seem like I'm being critical, which I'm not. Now, I wrote the names of everybody that I picked. And I'm going to give just a ballpark of their sub count. And what I did was I went into their videos and I went 3 months. I at least wanted a creator that was 6 months or older in creating videos, would create on a somewhat regular basis. Some create almost every day, some do once or twice a week. And so I went back 3 months into each content creator. And I tried to look at, I picked a video, and I didn't want to pick that was too high or too low. So I kind of picked a video that was in the middle in reference to views. And so, obviously this is my unscientific data polling, but I'm just giving you a sense of what I did. Because there could be an anomaly of a specific video. I didn't want a newer creator because, I wanted them to have some legs within their creation. Because there's some newer people that have just skyrocketed in subs. And it's great. There's a lot of reasons. But that's what I picked. Now, we know that views don't necessarily mean somebody watched it. They could click on it on accident, and I think that counts as a view. But it is what it is. Comments, I did not do total comments. This is where the work came in. I just wanted to know how many commentors there are. Because the comments count replies back and forth. It counts the content creator. If they put a reply, that counts. So I didn't do that. All I did was look in each of these videos, and I counted how many individual people commented. So it's not total comments, it's how many commenters. So the large one that I did was over 5,000. This particular video, 3 months old, had 2,000 views. So I averaged that it was 36% views to sub count. There's 230, this is as of July 10th, 2024. 213 likes, which meant that was about 3.87%. 65 individual commenters. So that's 1.18% of the amount of subs that someone has. Then there's one that's it's over 700. This video had 129 views, which would be 17.79%. 39 likes, which would be 5.3%. 23 individual commenters, 3.17%. Then there's one that's over 600 subs, had 379 views, and this was an average, but the views on this particular one was, this content creator is pretty good. It was about 57.9%. But the likes and comments gets into line with everyone else. 57 likes at 8.7%, 29 individual commenters at 4.4%. Then the next one is about over 1,500 subs. This particular video had 168 views at 10.5%, 50 likes at 3.1%, 28 comments at 1.75%. Myself, my videos I notice are a little, I have I'll give exactly mine. As of today, I have 436 subs. This particular video, and again, I tried to pick a video 3 months ago in the middle of high and low. I had 173 views, which is 39.6%, 37 likes, 8.5%, 23 individual commenters at 5.2%. The one I looked at, I didn't put in here, that is I consider an anomaly, is Hobington Piper. I didn't do individual stats. I looked real quick, but he does very well. His views to subs are almost 100%, or 80 to 100s, and his percentages are very high. These are average people I picked, and again, the purpose wasn't to be critical actually at all. It's just to see what is a percentage, what are we looking for when we want subs. And I think it's important to look at, well, a view is easy, a like is easy, it takes a little more effort, and a comment takes even more effort to do. So if I looked at myself and I'm looking at these other guys that I like, I follow them, and I know some are going to be looking at, are you looking at me? I mean, I'm happy in my percentages of where I'm at with my sub count and percentages of views, comments, and likes. And so I think presenters maybe can look at it. Maybe want to look at it that way. Look at how many subs you have. Look at some of your videos, and see where you are. And I'm not saying that. Okay, what do you do with that? Well, that's up to you. It just was an interest of mine that I wanted to really look at some and just see where I lie with others and so forth. All right, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm enjoying this. Enjoying being on YouTube. As I said before, never would have imagined that I would have. And I did, I should say, I did pick somebody over the pond. So most of these, all of these are US. There's one I picked that is not in the US. So thank you everybody for watching, commenting, viewing, liking. Let's get those percentages up. It just means more work then. I gotta reply. No. All right. Pater Piper, Team Jilly, Dominus Vobiscum.